Christoph is driving the Volkswagen Scirocco coupe, created by Ital design founder Giorgio Giugiaro. Around 500,000 units of the first edition were built between 1974 and 1980. For VW, the Scirocco marked the dawn of a new era. In the late 1960s, notes Christoph, all VW models, especially the Beetle, were starting to become outdated, so Volkswagen decided to blow away the cobwebs by introducing two new winds. The one was the not quite so powerful but very solid Passat, meaning trade wind. It came out in 1973. And then there was the hotter and sometimes also stormier wind, the Scirocco. And the Italian-designed Scirocco duly went down a storm on its launch. Critics praised it as the first genuinely sporty car in Volkswagen's history. The VW Porsche 914, which came out several years earlier, must have slipped their minds. The Scirocco was kind of a successor to the Carmen Ghia, although the only thing they really had in common was perhaps the combination of Italian design and German engineering. Otherwise, it marked a break with all VW traditions. No rear engine, no rear-wheel drive, no air cooling. Instead, a water-cooled front engine and front-wheel drive. The similarity to the Golf and Passat is unmistakable, with the classic 70s-style Volkswagen features proudly on display. The alloy rims and abrupt drop-off at the back simply ooze sportiness. Plus, there was a large trunk, tartan-style seats, and a plastic dashboard will have people now in the mid-30s getting all nostalgic. That's what cool dads used to drive. The 1.5-liter four-cylinder engine in the Scirocco GT delivers a growling 70 horsepower. And who designed it? Giorgio Giugiaro, exclaims our test driver. The Italian designer created VW's entire new model family in the early 70s. The Passat, the Golf, and the Scirocco. And the form vocabulary with the bold lines and wedge shape. Back then, that was very much in vogue. Bella Macchina, made in Germany. The Scirocco still has its street creed, no question. The Italian-crafted body fits like a glove, and the workmanship and price to performance are, typically for a German car, very impressive. But what about the feel at the wheel? Front-wheel drive and four cylinders don't exactly sound like dynamite. The advertising for the Scirocco always stressed its performance. It took some convincing to market a sports car feel with front-wheel drive, but eventually people got it. A test report from back in the day says the Scirocco even beat out the Opel Manta and Ford Capri. What set the Scirocco apart from the field was its responsive engines and excellent suspension. Reviews at the time called it one of the best handling cars around.
Scirocco, ein Sportcoupé in Testform.
And it really does have a sporty feel. Christoph highlights the powerful engine. It's light and above all has a pretty cool sound. The concept of a cool VW was still hard to swallow in the early 1970s. The Passat, developed by Audi, likewise had a struggle to shed its conservative image. But the definitive turning point came with the Scirocco and the Golf, launched soon afterwards. The Scirocco was the first modern Volkswagen developed by VW itself, but what makes it so special is the sum of its parts. Sportiness, great value for money, modern engineering, and of course, its exciting design. It's indisputably a landmark in automotive history. The Scirocco showed that a front-wheel drive car could still be a joy to drive. In doing so, it paved the way for an entire generation, the Golf generation.